Welcome back to GBGuns, and I've got a fun one to show you. You may recall this beauty, the FX-9 from Freedom Ordnance and Classic Firearms. Yes, that is the same Freedom Ordnance that makes those really cool belt fed uppers. This one is a 9mm pistol caliber carbine that ran flawlessly off Glock mags, ate everything we put in it. It was a collaboration with Classic Firearms, whom I've been a customer of pretty much since I started buying guns because they always had great deals. And we loved this thing, but being a rifle, it was a bit long. And we asked, what would it be like to have it in a pistol format? And we asked, and a lot of you asked, when will there be a pistol version? Well, that's what's in this box, and that's what's coming up next on GBGuns. So, although it comes in a cardboard box, not some special, super expensive, waterproof plastic case thing, I did want to show you it because I open a lot of boxes, and so I appreciate when the cardboard ones are done right. Take a look at this. This simple shape holds the gun in place. So when you pull the gun out the first time, it's not covered in cardboard lint and all that kind of craziness and nasty. It doesn't slide around. It just sits right in there. Manual is kept intact over here on the side. And on the far end, if I can even get the camera over there, we've got a sleeve for our magazine. That's pretty cool. Alright, now I'll get the box out of the way and we'll go over the gun. So I wanted to start off with the manual because it in itself is also beyond expectations. So you can see it's thin, right? And you're thinking, well, why is it so thin? If something is in here, it must be important. And of course it has your standard safety stuff, but then the photos are actually full color, which is great. There's no more imagining things like that. Also, I mean, you can see there's a little bit of grease or something around this ejection port. The gun's been used, which makes it even more applicable. Nice, clear, full color photos explaining things. Like, look at this. 3 different pictures in removing the buffer. We've done buffer removal before, obviously, and installed it, but not everyone has. And this walks you through the steps. Nice and smartly done. Thank you, Freedom Ordnance, for that. Onto the gun. So I do have to show you this warning tag that came attached to the trigger guard. And in our experience experimenting with the other FX-9s, this is indeed true. You have to be quite careful what triggers you put in here. That's just the nature of the beast. And here's the gun. So you can see right off the bat some things have changed. It's a pistol. It comes with one of these stabilizing blades. Same tiny charging handle. That's the one thing that I kind of wish they could change. A2 style grip. That pin's popped out a bit because, well, I'll get to that. So trigger, magazine release. Magwell's got a nice little flaring to it. Make it easier to shove those stick mags in there. You notice the bolt now has a coating on it. Handguard to receiver fit is pretty darn good. And the handguard is a little different. Railed top and bottom with M-lock. And a nice short pistol barrel. And a flash hider on the end. Very handy, very lightweight. For specs and numbers and things like that, check the link in the description below. I don't waste your time or mine reading those when you can just see them on the site. Let's pop this thing open, and I want to show you inside. Now, when it comes to popping it open, as you can see, this reinforcement of the receiver shields that pin quite a bit, so it can be a bit tough. It's more than just shoving your finger on there. You actually got to get something in there and drive it out. And this fit is very snug and very tight, which is probably how we got a lot of that accuracy when we reviewed the rifle version. So taking a look inside our lower receiver, you can see this is not your average bear. Very smartly and cleanly designed. There's our bolt release, and you can see how the last round bolt hold open works with this here lifting up by the follower, and that locks the bolt. There's our ejector, nice solid piece, and we've got this beautiful feed ramp ready to shove rounds into the barrel. The trigger itself, as they mentioned, is somewhat uniquely designed. I gotta say, I'm not super stoked about the feel of the trigger as it is right now. Little chunky, a little gritty. Sorry about the random appearances of my cat. Cat obviously likes this gun. And the cat's seen just as many guns as we have, so I guess that's a good thing. But the trigger currently, as it comes out of the box, is a little heavy. Very stiff spring. That may be part of their efforts to keep it from bump firing. This might also help to decelerate the bolt a bit, which would be interesting. Standard buffer, so we'll have to see if we swap out that buffer, does it change things? Maybe we'll reach out to them and find out about the trigger uniqueness. The bolt itself is also unique, which is what we'll take a look at next. So the bolt, of course, will slide right out because, well, these things don't have a gas block. They do have that same small charging handle that I kind of wish they would change. It rides really low over the buffer tube and doesn't have a whole lot to hang on to, and just can make it a bit difficult to grab onto. Fortunately, to save Freedom Ordnance about that, at least in our experience, these things are so reliable that you really only need the charging handle at the start of each shooting session. So here's the bolt. As we can see, it's now not got that phosphate coating on it. It's kind of a neat raw silver. And you can see the machining on the bottom to allow clearance for passing over that ejector. External extractor, which is excellent and smart. And let's see, the firing pin is indeed secured with a spring in there to prevent slam firing, which is a nice safety upgrade. So overall, very nicely machined and put together. Promises to be even more fun than the rifle was for us. When we shot the rifle, we were so impressed. My immediate thought was, this is got great potential for being a home defense gun, right? 9mm has tons of defensive ammo options out there, and in our experience, it would chamber and shoot just about anything. So, you know, why defend your house with something where you're risking overpenetration like a rifle, or scattering and adding a lot of residual damage or collateral damage like a shotgun? Pistol caliber carbines are, in my opinion, kind of the best or the ultimate compromise or blend for a home defense gun. But a rifle's still a bit long. This thing's nice and short and compact. Throw a can on the end of it, and you've still got a decent length, handy firearm that can run off of massive Glock magazines, like this 33 rounder. This is from SGM Tactical and was included in the box. Now I know, 5, maybe 10 years ago, SGM Tactical kind of deserved a bad rap. Their stuff wasn't always the most reliable. I remember talking to them about it at SHOT Show, and they were telling me about some of the changes they had made. This one's readily apparent. Here they're outclassing Magpul. You can see this definitely has a steel liner. We've got witness windows all the way down. It's got proper geometry to the front of it. and to the rear. Maybe Magpul can send some folks over to SGM Tactical to learn about making mags. But looking forward to trying this out. This is one of their latest versions, and I don't think we've shot one of these yet. So we'll get this gun back together and out to the range, grab an assortment of 9mm ammo, get some optics for it, and have some fun with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to click the bell so you know when our shooting impressions video goes live. If you're new to the channel, we separate tabletop from shooting impressions because sometimes folks just want to see the gun and sometimes folks just want to see how it runs. I'm one of those people, and I don't really appreciate having to skip and fast forward and dig around through some half-hour video looking for the footage that I wanted to see. So, thinking that other people might be like me, I separate them. Thanks for watching.